I haven't been on. Okay, by the way, my voice hasn't been on, it was muted. So I was just simply saying that last time we were live for 1.5 hours, then I had to leave because of some work. I'm back again, and the main goal is to at least give 6 hours to this particular project, and let's see how much it's done. It is not only 6 hours, it's just 6 hours today. And then we'll be switching to Docker, and then after that the Python thing. These things I only have, that's it. Okay, so let's simply go ahead. Let me have water first properly. Now I'm hydrated. Okay, so it's saying where unexpected. Let's use let here. Done. X2 start X start Y. Can't find start X. Interesting. Good to know that. Yeah. Coordinates dot start X. Steep. Let's make it let. Const let works fine. Const even this one is going to be const a little space here, just formatting the things in the database, that's it, not much. This dx const, we got dy error dy y, okay. Ultimately let's make it let. That's bad. By let, not like this, not like this. Even let's make let this thing. The errors should be gone. Line thickness. What is the problem with this thing? Just a sec. When it comes to line thickness, I have this thing in here. Cannot assign to line thickness because it is constant. Where is the line thickness? It is a constant. We can't really assign the value. Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to assign the value. Interesting. This one. Set line thickness is going to be this, and if line thickness is less than 1, then set line thickness is going to be 1. As simple as that. Okay, next is let, and the ctx, what is the problem? Possibly null. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that it is not null. Error, it is a constant, I have to make it let. This error is also going to be let. No way. Okay, so the other thing is done. Ultimately it should work fine. Now let's check it out. Here we have this, and it's not working. Yeah, it's definitely not working. What is the problem? What the hell? This is the canvas, but nothing happens in here. As soon as I start drawing, anything else that I can change? Steep, this thing is done, this thing is done, setting the line, for loop is here. Okay, after these things, even assigning the values here, this F condition is here. When clicking, I think I'm not setting the color. Could be. When I need to set the color, right? So CTX, if that actually exists, in that case, fill style is going to be FFF 3 times. Any problem? Let's reload it. It's still not working. Why? Whenever the canvas changes, I'm running this much stuff. Mouse up, mouse down, painting through. What could be the reason? Let's do one thing. CLG mouse down. Similarly, CLG mouse up, and CLG mouse moving. Done. Here we are. Mouse is moving, mouse down, mouse up. This thing is working, but the thing is that it is directly working. So I can do one thing. It should be inside this painting thing. Yeah, something like this. Then it should work fine. Right now nothing is happening. Mouse down, then mouse is not moving, and mouse up. Wow, when I click down, is painting is not okay. That is the problem. Let me fix that. Is painting, where is this? This is coming from here. By default it is false, but when as soon as I click mouse down, set painting is true. That means I can check. CLG is painting. False. Wow, it is always false. That's good. At least we are getting closer. Is painting set is painting. Mouse up false, set is painting, mouse down it should be true. CLG is painting after that. It's always false. Okay. Const is painting, set is painting, use false. I think it should depend on these variables as well. Maybe. So we have this thing in here. const ref is painting. Whenever it changes, then we have coordinates. And we have line thickness. This much we have. Oh wow, it just goes away. True. It's getting true right now. It's working. That's good. Mouse up. These things are already okay. Mouse move is painting. Let's keep it inside that. And mouse down. Don't need this thing. So what is happening right here? This thing true, false. Nothing is happening here. Now then, false, true, and then it's always true. As soon as I leave the mouse, it should be false. Mouse up, it should be false, but it's not getting false. CLG, mouse up, mouse moving, it is true. That's okay, good. CLG, mouse down, it should be like this. That is painting. Okay, let's keep it on the top. CLG, let's remove it from here, don't really need it, and let's see what happens. Nothing is happening. Click the right. It's always true. It's not getting false. That is not an expected behavior. Whenever the coordinates changes, should I render it? Yeah, whenever the line thickness changes, I should do it. Something's mischievous here. CTX, whenever the button is clicked, the whole thing will be re-rendered. Should it happen? We have canvas. With the help of the canvas, do the canvas be, let's do one thing. Const canvas set canvas is equal to use state, something like this, and then we are actually setting the value here, not even here. Let's remove this thing. Use effect. Maybe that a canvas is being made over and over. That would be like it is being referenced, so it should not have the problem. Should not be the problem. But okay, let's see. Set canvas bad. Current canvas ref dot current. It exists for sure. What is the problem? Canvas HTML canvas element. Okay. HTML canvas element. It does exist. This thing is done. Canvas is here. What is the problem? It is possibly null. Let's give the null value to. That would be crazy. Or it could be actually null. Then this is for sure. This will happen. Let's do one thing. Let's make sure that it does exist whenever we are using canvas for now. Canvas and this canvas, there will be one more. I don't think there are. So this thing is done right now. Let's simply check whether it works or not. Cannot read the properties of undefined reading. Get context. That's true. Canvas ref, and let's move it from here like this. We are getting the context and we are just simply going ahead. Initially the value of that could be null, that's true, so that can be problematic. The first one was okay, at least the value of canvas was there directly. If we are actually setting the value, then we are getting the value after some time. If not canvas. Continue. Can I do it? Bad. Return. Well, by default we don't really get any canvas. Bad. Even when we leave, nothing happens. This is crazy, yaar. As soon as I not getting this thing. When I just mouse up is done. Mouse down, mouse up, mouse down, moving up. Mouse up, still I am able to move. That's crazy, because is pending is true or something. Is pending is true, then only this is gonna happen. So if I just do mouse up, that means set is pending should be false, but it's not getting false. If it is actually false, then the page should re-render. That is not the problem. The problem is that whenever this particular thing change coordinates, let's only go with this much. Moving up and then mouse moving again. Mouse moving. What could be the reason? Oh, have I closed that? Let's do one thing too. This could be because of this thing. Return canvas dot close. Do we have something like that? let's do one thing. Fix it. Let's see what it actually does, because I'm not getting any idea how can I actually make it better. Your attached new dominant close overshoot to reactive spending on launching use effect depends on is painting so every print over runs effect launching is updated but rendering is not find. Oh, here is a fixed. Okay, what are we doing here? We have coordinate. Oh, gonna be fun to have a look at this. What we are doing, canvas ref is use ref. Everything is a use ref. Okay. Why are we setting everything as use ref? If that is use state, that we trigger the re-render. That is right. Canvas, we have coordinates, use ref. We have painting, that is also use ref. The only difference between use ref and use state is that use ref doesn't render the page, and I think that is what we want. We didn't want the page to be re-rendered. Canvas dot current view got the canvas. If not canvas, return it. That's great. It will not re-render the page. That we had to keep this thing in mind. Our page was being re-rendered over and over. CTX canvas get contest not CTX return. CTX fill style. This is the style fill rect. That's okay. Background. This is the background of the. Okay. Then get pose. What does this mean? We have mouse event, canvas get bounding client return. Okay, this is done for get position. So rect is equal to canvas get bounding client react x is equal to left rect dot left. Ultimately for getting the boundings, right? This can be done directly to using like offsets, and this can also be done like this: get boundings client rect. Ultimately canvas boundings, and once this thing is done, rect dot left, what is the distance, and then rect dot top. That's okay, I got that. Then const handle mouse event is painting dot ref current true, great. Then ctx style, great. Coordinates dot current, we are setting it like this. That's again great, good. And handle mouse up is painting ref false is painting, that's good. Handle mouse move is painting, if that is not true then return is painting dot current, if not true that's okay. X and Y get position, X and Y get position. I'm just simply sending it event, and on the basis of the event, what is this doing? It's simply getting the boundaries, and once it got the boundaries, it's getting the current position, and then okay, subtracting that. This works fine. And after this thing is done, we've got x1 is equal to mouse x, y1 mouse y, then coordinates current dot x, coordinates current dot y. Okay, these are the previous ones, that's okay. Steep is equal to this thing. This is how steep is getting. Okay, this is another way to change the value. X1 will have the value of y1, y1 will have the value of x1, so that's good. And the same thing is happening here. Again, shorter way to just swap the values. Then we have dx x2 minus x1 dy. Errors, we have all these things. Length is equal to match square root, and line thickness is equal to 5 minus length divided by 10. Thickness is equal to less than, thickness is equal to 1. Thickness, we are directly setting the thickness. Well, not really. Thickness is, then this is where the thickness value is being provided, that's okay. ultimately the main difference in the code is that instead of using use states, we are using use effect because of use refs. And when we use refs, at that time the page doesn't reload, doesn't re-rendered, so we don't lose the data. Steep, this thing is also done. Okay, then we have these things, and at the end we are just simply removing it. This is really important, we are cleaning it, canvas.remove and all. Pretty impressive, got to learn many things. If it actually works, then that's great. Otherwise, again, no doubt this is a better approach than this. I've been using use effects, and because of this thing I've been facing problems. It's better to use this thing. And ultimately we are actually defining proper functions for them, so at the end of the day those functions can be used to remove the things as well, so we can clean up the canvas at the end of the day. Let's see whether it works or not. Wow, this is what I wanted. Use ref, they are really helpful, but this thing is getting done here. I'm able to draw, I can make it bigger, that is not a big problem. Like how can I make it bigger? Why stick? What is the problem? Never reassign huge cons. Okay, any problem? And this is the break someone's algorithm. Okay, first of all let's do one thing. Canvas is here. What are we doing? First of all, we have a canvas. Let me show you. Let's talk about these things from the beginning. So we have set a canvas, and the width and height they have been set here too. Once this thing is done, we are just setting a use ref on canvas, and then we are getting the canvas ref. Once we have got the canvas ref, some of the things we need to keep in mind. First of all, whether we are painting or not, whether we have the coordinates or not, and whether thickness is defined or not. Once we have defined all these things, we are using use ref over here, because if we use use effect, the page keeps getting rendered over and over whenever the value of use effect use states changes, and that is why we are using use ref. Now this use effect only runs on the first re-render, so there are no dependencies that have been provided here. That means it only renders on the first when the page reloads. After that, we are getting the canvas. How will we get the canvas? Using the canvas ref, and the canvas ref dot current is equal to the canvas that we have. If there is no canvas, we are returning it. After that, we are getting the context, 2D context of the canvas. If there is no context, we are returning that. And after that, we are actually giving it the color. This is gonna be the background of the pencil ultimately. So this thing is also done. After that, we are even filling it. We can give it the different height and width, and as per that it can be changed. Right now we have 500 by 500. We will be changing it. We will be giving it the width of the whole window and the width of the whole height of the whole window, as simple as that. Okay, this is mainly used for getting positions. How will it get the position? Simple. It has a mouse event. It is simply getting the event. Once it got the event, with the help of that it can get the current wait. Okay, get boundings is actually used too. So either we can use get boundings and we can use client and client y, or we can use page x and page y using the offsets. Never mind, we are getting the rectangular get boundings. Ultimately we are getting the boundings of the canvas. Once we have the boundings of the canvas, then we are simply getting the x coordinate and y coordinate of the current position. Ultimately e dot client x, this gives us the current position, and we are subtracting the extra values that we have. That means on the left side, if we have some extra values, we are just simply subtracting them, and ultimately these values are being returned. Once this thing is done, then we have some of the functions. They are handling different things. First one is mouse handle, handle mouse down, and then handle mouse up, and then handle mouse move. So ultimately these three things are being handled, and then they are being attached to the event listeners. So first one we have a mouse down, mouse up, mouse leave. This is crazy. Good thing is this, that mouse up and mouse leave, we have to add event listeners, and ultimately same function is being used with both of them. leaving or just up, that both of them have the same meaning, so that is right. Even if we are leaving the canvas, we are ultimately stopping the drawing, right? So we are using this thing, that's great. And mouse move is here, and ultimately we are cleaning up the use effect here at the end of the day. The most important thing is in these three things, and the good thing is that we have defined a function called get position, so we can easily get the position with the help of the event. So first of all, we click mouse down. Once we click mouse down, we are setting is painting true. When then we are setting the color of that, that's okay, it's our choice. And at the end of the day, we are setting the coordinates, okay, and these coordinates are being set using the get position function that we have created. So this thing is done. Next is mouse move. We'll switch to mouse up later. Once mouse moves, first of all we are checking whether the painting is true or not. If the painting is false, of course we will not move. Okay, if that is true, then that's great. Then we are getting the values of x and y from, of course, get position function. Once we have the values, so we have start x and start y, ultimately the coordinates that I got them from, and then the current values we have, ultimately current coordinates we have. These are the starting point coordinates that already got saved when we clicked down mouse, like mouse down, and these are the current coordinates when we started moving. Okay, this is like this. Once we got them, we got the steep, whether it is horizontal or vertical. Once we have the steep, we are even swapping the values if there is steep, and then we are getting some stuff done. I'm not quite sure about this particular steep is okay. We need to, as per the formula, as per the algorithm, if the steep is vertical, then we need to just if a steep is true, that means vertical, we need to swap the values. And similarly here, the same, this is, all these things come from the formula itself. So if I actually want to understand them well, so I need to know about the formula well, that I'll be knowing. But for now, I know like this is the thing from the formula itself, so I don't need to use my mind a lot until unless I actually understand the formula. Then these things are done here, these things are being, well, I just copied and pasted all these things from Stack Overflow, and they were working. So I just formatted them, made some changes in them, and then made it working, as simple as that. By the way, okay, the most important thing is here. At the end of the day, when we just click on mouse up or mouse leave, we are just simply setting is a painting true, false. And if we go back to this, and if we draw start drawing, it's working. That's amazing. Next thing, we have to set the width. So first of all, that width can be size. Let's use effect, let's use another const use ref, so that whenever that changes height, okay, size is equal to, will this be okay? Let's see, use ref, and we will be having width, that's gonna be 0, and we'll be having the height, that will be 0 2 by default. And once this thing is done, whenever the page reloads, we can even do this much, can't we? Can I directly do window dot inner width and window dot inner height? This is the first thing. There is one problem, like Next.js apps, they are re-rendered on the server, rendered on the server side first, and then they are sent to the client side. And because of that thing, when they are rendered on the server side, there is no inner width of the window, there is no inner height of the window. So we may face this error. Apart from it, everything's gonna be all right. So this thing is here that we need to fix it. Of course, we'll have to just figure it out. And this thing is done. Whenever we start moving the mouse, not here. Where were we actually setting? Fill React is done, and then there was one more place where we were actually giving the width and height. Maybe at the bottom, maybe inside this, at the bottom. Well, we don't really have this in here. Where were we setting it? Yeah, this is insane. I think this is the only one place or what? JavaScript. Fill React is this, okay. Canvas height and width. Yeah, I just forgot that is at the bottom here. window dot width, inner width actually, and then window dot inner height. This thing is like this, and let's go on the top, to the top. Use client is being used. Let's see whether we get some errors or not. And we are not getting. Window is not defined. We are getting. Well, this thing is clear. Like first of all, we get this error because on the server side there is no window, but then it's re-rendered on the client side, and then we get the window, and that is why we are not getting this error. And this is working pretty much fine. Initially we get the error, and then when we start drawing, not like that, we got the error, and then error is gone. Initially we got the error, and then if we wait for a while or something, it should be gone. It's not going. Never mind. How to issue is this window is not defined. That's okay. It's not re-rendered on the client side or what. Let's do one thing. In order to get rid of this error, I must be getting it on the console as well. If I reload it, well, I'm not getting. I'm just getting it in here. And the main reason is that the page is being rendered on the server side, and there is no window on the server side. What can be the solution to this? That we are we can make sure that it is only running when there is width and there is height. The use effect only runs only then, and this thing can be set. Just a sec. What can be the fix for this? How can we make sure that the use effect runs only on that particular condition? We have size, and that is the use ref that we have. Size ref, I can simply say this thing, and this size ref, the value of it will be saved only on the client side. So let's use another use effect. Let me just give it a try. If it works, that's great. If it doesn't work, then we'll figure the things out. It will run only when the size ref changes, and I will be just setting the values of that. So size ref dot current dot width is equal to window dot inner width, and size same is going to be used here too. So let's go with this. Inner height, come on, inner HEIGST. Oh, really? Inner height, and this is going to be inner height. So this thing is done. What it is doing, it runs when size ref changes, and when the size ref changes, the values are being saved. How to make sure use effect only runs on the client side, not on the server side? In React, you don't have to do anything. Use effect already runs on the client side, not on the okay. Not during server rendering. So if we are setting the window on the client side, then what you need to do, the component itself is client component, and it's just okay. Let's see. Let's give it a try. Let's give the width. Width dot, not really width. Size ref dot current dot width. Is this okay? Height. What is the problem? can't access refs during render. Oh. React refs are values that are not needed for rendering. Refs should only be accessed outside the render, such as in event handlers or effects. Accessing ref current. That's true. This will only be re-render if they exist. Well, not working. Then this and just playing with the things. Okay, this does not work. Got it. So in that case, if they do not exist, so can I give it 0? Like 0. Come on, work at least. 0. Attack 0. Not gonna work. Never mind. We will be using use state. Let's do it too. Use state. If render does not work, then use state is gonna work. Size, set size, that set size, and then size is gonna be the thing here. Then this much. Control D should be replaced with the size. I don't even need this thing, then replace it. This thing is here, and in here we need to do is something like this. Use effective will run only on the on the client side. Set what there? My bad. Two cursors are there. Size, and this time width is gonna be, that's bad. Width is gonna be window dot inner width. HEIGST height is gonna be window dot inner height. Done. Set size. Yeah, the problem is that it cannot directly be called inside an effect. That is okay. Yesterday I got the same error. What can we do? Simple. Const set val is equal to, that's going to be a function, something like that. Inside that we will be setting the values and we will be calling the set val function, something like this. So it's use state, cannot find that. Let's go. Done. Let's see. One issue, maximum update path depth exceeded. This can happen when component calls set state inside use effect, but use effect either doesn't have a dependency array or one of the dependencies changes on every render. Okay. We are not giving the value, setting the value. This thing is done. When will it render? When the size changes. So size should be here, by the way. Anyhow, we have width, we have height. 0 0 by default. Let's give it 500 by default. Why to set 0 0? That's going to be visible in that case. Oh my god. Update this can happen on install just dependency on the dependency changes on every render. Something changes on every render. What can that thing be? This thing? Used it. Can size change on every render? Oh, what am I doing? Let's keep it on the right side. Okay. Is this okay? There is this problem like size. We are even using size inside this. We are not using. We should be using, by the way. No, the dependency will cause an infinite array loop. Yeah, that's right. That is causing inside use effect. You call set size, which changes size, because size is the dependency array size. Okay, got it. Change reruns the effect which calls size again and so on. So what can be the solution? No size here. Okay, and track resize properly. Whenever the resize happen, we are setting the value, initial value, window.add event listener resize. Whenever it is resized, the set of value, we are setting the value. And wow, thank you. What is happening is this. Sometimes it's good for learning stuff. It clears the concept so well. The thing is that what is happening in here, that we are setting the value. Great. When we are setting the value, the size changes. As soon as the size changes, it re-renders this. It runs this huge effect again. Then again the value changes, size changes, and because of that, it just keeps running an infinite loop. So we are gonna be removing this. This is how it's gonna be going on. But there is a problem. This much should be fine for now at least. Whenever we reload the page, it's gonna run, and then what is the problem right now? One more thing, window dot inner width. Okay, this thing is here. Mainly I wanted to worry about this one. Size dot width and size dot height. Let's see how it goes. What is the problem with this? We are setting the height, we are setting the width. What if we don't even run this? Then what will happen? We are seeing this thing, and we are able to draw. That's good. But as soon as I run the use effect, this thing, it sets the value, set size is equal to width and height on the server side. We can do one thing. This is a good way. We have window dot. We can add an event listener to the window. Whenever the page resizes, at that time we have to run this particular function set val. That's it. Something like this. And at the end of the day, whenever we are cleaning up the function, so return, and we have to just clean up the function. So window dot remove remove event listener, and that's gonna be again resize one, and we'll be using what set val. We are actually removing that. Then let's see what happens. Wow, somebody is calling me again. That is crazy stuff. I'll be back.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah,
Alrighty, welcome back. Okay, there's a thing I need to still figure out. The thing is that I had to run. Okay, here we are. The thing is that if I do not use this cleanup function at the end, so the first time when it runs, there is no window. That means it doesn't get set. Let's ask it. This is something interesting. Why are we getting this result? It's working fine. I'm happy with that. Why don't we see anything when we use when we don't use cleanup function? Gonna be fun. We have enough time. It's like sit all the day, work on it. It's great to work on such a project where you are just playing with the things. In that effect, you actually will see the update on resize, but you won't see any initial value changes because nothing sets it on mount. Your code does use effect runs once after the first render. Because of this, it adds a resize listener which calls set value updates. Such happens. So if you never assign stage initial weights by and it looks like nothing happens, the cleanup function is not related to seeing anything. It just of the listener. If you want to resize the effect, okay, that's okay, got that. Yeah, it may happen. Set once and this one. Okay, something like that. By the way, that was not the answer that I was expecting. It runs directly, but it just keeps. Okay, yeah, that is the problem that we are facing. Right, got that. Let's see whether it works when we resize the page. Well, this happens when we resize the page. Interesting. So even if I just make it like this, that set well directly, if I call it, I will get the same error. High probability. Yeah, that means this is not an error, this is something else. Even if I don't use these two things in here, it will still work. This is only when we resize the page. So initially our use effect was like this. We are setting the size, the width, the height. This thing is done. Window dot width, window dot height. It is only running on the client side. Use effect is running on the client side. That's also great. And we are using it as two places. First one is this size dot width, size dot height. CTX for filling that. Okay. What is the problem? Why are we not even seeing anything? Let's see. Let's have a div here. Hello world. Well, hello world is visible here. That's great. Let's give it the color. BG color is white right now. BG color red. that would be bad, really bad. Really? What the hell? Why it actually suddenly started working as expected? BG red. suppose 300. Okay, so it was like it was working, but the background was white color, my pencil color was white color, so I wasn't seeing any color. Superb. Sorry for that, that was my bad. That was working fine. So let's make it black for now. But the thing is that why can't I set the color here? Why am I just unable to do that? I'm already setting size dot width, size dot height, but it is not working. It runs when? It runs on the first rendered, and the same thing happens here. If there are two use effects, one after the other, both of them renders when the page reloads, which one is going to render the first one or the second one? If you have two use effects hooks defined one after the other in a single React component, both will run after the initial render. Every time the component mounts or when their dependencies change, the page component renders. The use effect hooks execute in order they appear in your code. So the first one you write runs first, then the second one, and so on. The order matters only if effects depend on each other. If both have an empty dependency, this both will run after the first paint in sequence from top to bottom as written in your file. Got that. If there is no dependency array right now, we have here. When we don't have any dependency array, that means this should run first. When this is running first, it's already setting the value, the size. Once it has set the size, okay, then only we are actually using them in here inside this. The question is that maybe they are not available here. CLG width gonna be size dot width, and the second one is gonna be HEIGST height. It will come from HEIGST height, and let's see. Inspect, clone console, reload the page. We got it. The value is 500. This is at least drawing is working fine. We'll take care of this thing. Width, height. On the first render, as soon as the value of size changes, I want something to, whenever the value of size changes, because we are setting the size here, I want it to run. Like, let's enter size here. Wow, we made it, and it is working fine. This is insane. That's great. The thing is that we were changing the site, but we were not rendering anything, and because of that thing was not being shown here. This thing is done right now. We can remove the extra stuff. We still have a long way to go, but at least we are getting the things done in the right way. So this is the first use effect that we have. It actually depends on the size. Whenever the size changes, only then this particular use effect is going to run, and this one runs like this. And moreover, whenever we change the size, that will still work. The size will be changed whenever we resize the page, and as per that only this will happen. So if we just try to do it, first of all, let's reload it. Here we are, and first of all, we can just draw anything, hello world and whatever. We can even change it. If we just draw slowly, the pencil is thicker. If we draw it faster, it gets softer and softer. It depends on us. We can make it thicker, we can make it softer, but this is the algorithm that we are using. So it completely depends on the algorithm, or we can manually set the width, depends on us. the thing is that even if I resize the page, it works fine. It will work fine. Let's resize the page. It is working fine. And if we don't use that, for an instance, if we don't use this, then what will happen? I don't think anything else. Okay, this thing is done. Nothing happens. Even this one is better. When we resize, okay. Yeah, this is happening. When we are resizing the page, at that time there is this extra page that we are getting. That means the page is not being resized. There is still some page remaining. But when we actually turn it on, the page itself is going to be resized. Simple like that. First of all, the width of the canvas is going to be resized, and the fill, the amount of area it's filling, that will also be resized. So that's a good thing. So ultimately this much is done. What is next step? The most important step. We are able to just do this stuff here. I have to save it in the database so that the next time I reload the page, I get it back. And this is gonna be pretty crazy. I just have a little bit idea. Not a little bit, I have the idea actually. First of all, we need to get the client, and we have the present starting coordinates are these. X use effect is here. Let's close this one, open this one. Whenever we move the mouse, even when click move down, at that time we are setting the coordinates, we are getting the positions, and we are just simply setting the current coordinates. Okay, when we click down, once that thing is done, then we start moving the mouse. When we start moving the mouse, first of all we get the current position. Okay, once we have the current position, this section is about current position. So mouse X and mouse Y, they are current positions, and they are being assigned to X1 and Y1, and X2 and Y2, this is the previous position, that means starting position that we had. What I'm going to do, that as soon as I start moving the mouse, I have to save these coordinates in the database. Got that? Then I have to get it, then I have to play with this. Saving in the database. Okay, so ultimately over here, save starting and current coordinates in the DB, something like this. Once they are saved in the DB, then we don't have to do anything. And how will we save in the DB? Let's we already have a database here. Where is that? Packages, DB, and then we have some of the stuff inside it. That's great. This time I don't even want to authenticate whether the user is authenticated or not. I just simply wanna send the request from here, and the data should be saved. Okay, we can use Prisma, or we can create another DB database client, and we can use that database client, so that at least we are able to save this much, and then we can just simply go ahead. Database client will get how many things does it need to accept? It needs to accept starting things. Okay. It can be like that. And at the end of the day, if we are creating different schemas for them, so we'll have to create a schema for circle, we'll have to create a schema for rectangle, we'll have to create a schema for pencil and all, because all of them may have different values to be saved. For now, let's go with only pencil so that we are able to save the data of pencil. And for getting that, I'm going to create a different database client, because this one is being used for all, right? This one is being used for rectangular, pencil, circle, so I'm not gonna be using this one. So I'm gonna be creating another DB just for an instance. So we have package. Where is that? Where have I gone? Okay, this is here. Let's create one DB DB pencil. Crazy name, but this is just for testing purpose whether it actually works, and we are actually able to save the data in the DB, and then once the data is saved, we are able to fetch the data and we are able to actually show the drawings that we made. Something like this. Let's get this stuff done. We are inside DB. This thing is gonna be easy peasy. We've done it many times, so should not be a big problem. Here we are DB. What next? npm or pnpm. How to npx init npm init y, we can do that. Or when it comes to pnpm execute, if I'm not wrong, init y, maybe it may work. That's bad. What can we do? Otherwise I will run npx. Let's search online. Let's keep it on the right side. npx init y. How to run this command using pnpm. It's mainly there's code. npx pnpm execute gist, npx gist. That's what I was doing, wasn't I? pnpm CLI. Let's see. pnpm deluxe is the pnpm version of npx. Let's check this thing out. Let's do it. What is the problem with this? Let's close it. pnpm deluxe init y. Bad, really bad. Why, whatever you call that. Yeah, let's do one thing. npx init y. I may figure it out later. What the hell? npm error could not determine executable file to run. What is the equivalent command for npm init y for pnpm? Okay, there should be npm, by the way. Here I made a mistake. That was my bad. It should not be npx init, it should be npm init y. But let's see for pnpm what we actually get here. Unlike pnpm init, unlike npm, pnpm is already non-interactive by default. It gets package registration with a reasonable default, so you don't need to write why. Okay, let's do this thing. The first step is this. Either I can write npm init y. This will work for sure, I know. Okay, here it has already made the file. Or we can remove the file package.json that we have created, and we can run pnpm init, and it will work as expected. Yeah, it did. Let's exit this terminal. It's not performing well. Let's create another one. And once we have this particular file, we can just make some of the changes. Let's make it quick so that it doesn't take lots of time. We have db pencil. We'll have to make repo. I'm using mono repo and turbo repo in here, so I have to format it the way it needs to be formatted. And in here we will be building it, so we will have a build script for that thing. Just need to do one thing, psc and b. And as for the main one, that's gonna be list index.js. This thing is done. This thing is done. Module is gonna be type is going to be module, something like that. And it will be using dev dependency. So dev dependency is going to be @typescript slash, am I right? Let's check. @repo @repo slash typescript config. As I'm using pnpm, so it should be like workspace and star. This thing is done. What is next? cd back to db pencil, pnpm install. There is a global version for pnpm. Time is not the problem. We are here and we'll be here. It will be like that. It will keep going on till what time is it? 12:39. Maybe till 4 at least. We'll keep working on this. So when we do work, time is not the problem, unless someone calls me and I just get busy in the work. Why is this taking time? Should not take time. Well, I do have good network connectivity. Still getting this error. Okay, it's working. Started working. No, usually it doesn't take this much time. I'm just simply installing. What am I even installing? Just this thing. What are you up to? Done? Dhanwad. Thank you. आगे बढ़ते हैं. So this much is done. What next? ls. Let's create a ts config file. So ts config.json here. This much is done, and this will be extending. So extends what it will extend. It will extend @repo slash typescript config slash base.json. This is the file that it's extending. Let's click on it. Yeah, it works. And apart from this thing, it will have some of the compiler options. So compiler options, and when it comes to compiler options, so it will have a source root dir. So root dir, that's gonna be src, and it will have out dir. It will be like .dist. So this thing is done. Apart from this particular thing, it needs to include everything almost. Let's forget about the including things. Let's mainly focus on excluding ones. Exclude, it will exclude node modules. It will exclude a dist file that we are creating. It will exclude generated. Do I need to do that? Generated client. Yeah. Source slash generated it slash prisma. Let's go with this much only. It needs to exclude that one too. So if we face any error, we'll be figuring it out. By the way, we have done the same thing in here as well. So we have a ts config file. We are just excluding these two, including source and source prisma config ts. Really? Why, when I have this thing in here? Source prisma config ts. That's too bad. It will include a source, everything inside source. I hope it will be like that. Okay, let's simply go ahead. What is the next step? Let's close this one. And as for including, it will only include source. So let's do this thing to include. What do you have to include? You have to include source. So src. So it's including source, everything inside source, and then excluding these things. This is how it's simply going ahead. And that's it. Let's install Prisma. We will be using Prisma for using Postgres. So how to use Prisma? Let's do one thing. Use Prisma with a turbo repo. This is something that I wanted. I need to install some of the files, packages, actually not files. Where they are. here. Let's copy it, let's paste inside it and go on. I hope it's not gonna take lots of time. Whew. I'm just simply installing Prisma right here. Wow, it was so quick. And it just installed the first one, I think. I'm installing many. Done. What next? Prisma pnpm Prisma init. We have to initialize Prisma. Let's do it. Done. Next we have to change the env file. What are we gonna be using for now? What should we use? Docker. Going to be a good idea. The thing is that when we use Docker, we can run 2 containers and we can get the response of theirs. That's gonna be the best option. So let's Docker images for now. What exactly is going bad? How can you start Docker start? There is nothing as such Docker start. It does, there is something like Docker start help. Okay, deprecated. Okay, hey listen, when I start Docker desktop on my PC, only then Docker command starts running in the terminal. Is there any way that it directly starts running in the terminal? Give me the solution I'm looking for. On Windows, the Docker desktop, the desktop CLI only works when the Docker daemon engine is running. The Docker desktop is what starts the daemon. That isn't a simple built-in way to have Docker work without starting. Okay, let Docker desktop auto start with Windows. Wow. In Docker desktop settings, start Docker. In Docker desktop settings, general enable start Docker desktop when you log in. After you log in, Docker desktop and the daemon start automatically, so the Docker works in the terminal without you manually operating the app. Okay, the first thing is this. Let's make some of the setting stuff. Let's open Docker desktop. We will be running the database locally, but we will be running it inside a container, and then all the data will be saved inside the container. We may use the volumes. We will be using the volumes as well. Let's do it. I done it yesterday, so why not? We have a volume called MongoDB. I used it yesterday, but now I think right now it should work. Docker command, Docker images. Yeah, knew it. The last time it did not, but as soon as that opens, it starts working. So I can set it like start by default. We can, by the way, go to settings, then general, enable start Docker desktop. Start Docker desktop when you log into your computer. Thank you very much. I hope it's gonna work the way I expect it to work. By the way, let's simply go ahead. So this thing is done, Prisma is done, Docker images. Okay, we have to run Prisma. I should be able to get it. Docker run. What do I have to run? Port number is going to be 27 for Docker. Prisma 5432. It is usually this port, but I wanna run it 5430 port. It's my choice. I can run it on any. Then 5432 it will be running on the inside the Docker. Anything else? This needs to be used by this application, that is the one that is running outside the Docker. It can easily get that. Anything else? Running Prisma to Docker, not Prisma actually, Postgres. I need to provide the password for it for sure. So that's gonna be, password is going to be Postgres password. That's gonna be simple, not 3 to 4 should be fine. To Docker run, port is set, providing the password. Anything else? Network, volume docker. Yeah, I can provide it the volume, but I don't think that needs to be provided right now, so let's go with this only. And but let's provide the volume. Before that we'll have to create the volume, so let's go with that, this much only. Let's do it. Database system is ready, thank you very much. Now I should be able to get it. Database is ready, but I haven't provided it any particular database. tg admin, let's open this one. I'm running it on this particular thing. That means the database should automatically be created, and then I should be getting that. Yeah, I will have to migrate it, right? First of all, let's check whether it's working or not, and then we'll be just getting the things done. I can just check it. Docker process status. It stopped. Bad, really bad. It got shut down. Let's run it. I'll have to keep running it. That is crazy. Docker images. Not images, yeah. Docker process status. Right now it's running. This one with ID this. If I stop that, it will be closed automatically if I'm not wrong. Yeah, if I stop it, then if I just check that process status, yeah, there is no process status running. So I had better turn it on. Oh, here we are. What do we have to do? Server, Postgres Docker DB. Let's change this properties. We have this connection is going to be 30. This is gonna be the port number. As for the password, let's change the password. That's gonna be 3241. That's 3241. This thing is done. Save it. What is the problem? Okay, here we are. When it comes to schema, tables, we don't have any. We have to generate. We have to migrate actually. That's good. Let's keep it like this only. Our main work will be here. Okay, this thing is here. Oh, one more thing. Then Postgres name. That's gonna be Postgres name of the username, right? Postgres, and the password is gonna be just 3241 @localhost. Localhost. This is gonna be the host name. And it will be running on 5430 port. The database is name going to be pencil db. Cancel it. Just hope it's gonna be fine. And Prisma schema, let's create that. What else? We need to create the schema. And mainly we want to save the data of the pencil that we send from here, right? So model pencil like this. We need to have an ID for it. That's gonna be type of integer @ID, and by default it will have some value, and that value will be auto incremented. So auto increment, fine. This thing is done. Then it will have start x. It will be a number. Will it be a number? Yeah, it will be a number. Then it will have start y. It will be a number as well. By the way, that was a wrong way to get the things done. Number is neither built-in type nor refers to another. My bad. How can I? Int. I'm such a crazy person I am. That should be int here. Okay. So we have start x, we have start y, and we have what do we need to say? Mouse x, mouse y. That can be. Mouse x means the end one. Let's do it. Mouse x int. Mouse y. That's also going to be. Ultimately, start is the starting point. Mouse x, mouse y. You already know. This is the current one, wherever the mouse is right now. And @map pencils. उसके ऊपर ओके So this thing is done. I think it should be enough. We have to just test this, right? Not even testing. This is gonna be the full-fledged project actually. It's just not the testing, because if it works, it will work everywhere. So we don't need to worry about that. ls pnpm prisma migrate and dev. I think I need to install .env before that, or is that already installed? That's already installed. This is the benefit of using local database locally, because it does not take lots of time. Init, this thing is done. Let's generate the client. Prisma pnpm, not really prisma generate. It will simply generate the client for us, and the client will be generated where? Inside the source file. Well, yes, it has. And then we need to create one more file, and that will be my bad, really bad. This thing is done. Inside source I need to have index.ts file. Of course we are using TypeScript here. So this thing is done. A client has been generated. Let's close it. Inside this, client has been generated. We have ts config file. Anything else? I don't think so. Let's do one thing. Let's go back here. I will simply copy this thing from here. What is the use of writing it from the beginning? It will save our time. We'll have to make the changes for sure. So we are getting it from the Prisma client that we are getting. That will be from .js. Yeah, from here. We have adapter. That is the new thing. Database. The adapter is getting database URL, and then new Prisma client class is getting the adapter itself. It's being saved in the inside Prisma. If a global for Prisma does not exist, and if we are inside production, in that case the particular Prisma value is being saved globally actually. So what we are doing is that we are getting the Prisma client, we are getting the Prisma PG. This is the adapter that is required right now. So we are getting the adapter ready. Once the adapter is ready, we are simply ultimately we have to save the value of Prisma client globally, and for that thing we are getting this thing ready. So we are just simply checking whether the Prisma client's value exists globally or not. If that exists, so we will be using that. If that does not exist, we will be creating new instance of Prisma client that will take adapter as input. Once that thing is done, even we are checking here that if that is not equals to production, that means we will be saving the value of Prisma client globally only in production, not only in development mode, something like that. This thing is done anyway. Then from here we have to export it from here actually. Let's export it from here. Export, we have to export the values, and client types is going to be, first of all we will be sending the types as well. So the type is going to be like dist slash, am I right? Have I even created? No, I haven't. By the way, it's going to be kind of like this, dist slash index.d.ts, something like that. This is going to be the type. I will check it later, and default value is going to be a dist and index.js, something like this. By the way, it needs to be checked. I'm not 100% sure, so once I have built it, so I will be checking it. So let's close this. Once this thing is done, let's close even this one. Don't need it here. This thing is also done. This thing is also done. Everything's done. But now we have to build the file. So let's install everything. If I think everything's already installed, pnpm installed. Don't really need to do anything, but let's see. Yeah, pnpm build it. Let's see. Interesting. I need to install one more package. Pnpm add that package is @Prisma client runtime utils. Because of this package, one day I struggled for 2 days I struggled just because of this package, and now I know like this package needs to be installed. So @Prisma client runtime utilities. And mainly the thing is that this particular package has some of the files, that some of the helper files, and that is why it needs to be installed. Let's add it. Okay, done. pnpm build it. Let's see whether we get, well, it's done. We did not get any error as such. Okay, here let's simply check whether whatever we have entered here is right or not. /dist/index.yam, that was the file name, that was right. So this thing is done. We are even building it. We are exporting it from here. I don't think we need anything else. That means we can use it now. So let's start using this. We are done with the client side. We can even check it here. Let's refresh the table. We are not getting anything here. This is not Postgres, this is something else. Let's refresh this one. Yeah, that is pencil DB that we created inside this pen. The thing is that Postgres database, this is automatically created, so we need to keep that thing in mind. And then we created a pencil DB for us. Let's refresh it, and here we got pencils. This is the database that we have created. When it comes to the values inside that, so there are no values as such right now. Let's simply even get that. So it's saying that you are storing the ID, you are storing the start x, you are storing the start y, you are storing the max x and you are mouse x, and you are storing mouse y, but there are no values as such. This time is to store the values. This is gonna be crazy. We are going to be storing the values inside it, and then from here we will be fetching the data, and then we see whether it actually works the way we want it to work or not. If it worked now, most of the problems will be solved. Okay, let's close it. Let's go back to this page.tsx. Here I'm getting another client, so for that thing let's go to so much package.json. Inside this package.json right now, in the dependencies section, tailwind, we are not getting the client. Really? Yeah, actually we are directly calling a WebSocket server, HTTP server. That is why we don't have any client, but I am going to get one client. So that's gonna be @repo/db pencil, something like that. I hope the name is right. Workspace and something like this. Let's even check whether the name is right. db pencil @repo. That's right. Close everything here. There's so much. Yeah, it looks better now. We can start it from scratch. This we have to go with Excalidraw. There are so many files. Then we have to go with the draw pencil. Where is the pencil? App pencil page.tsx. And now I should be able to import that to the client. Import Prisma. Let's even see what we get when we just simply import that from @repo db pencil. We have got that /client because we are exporting client from there. CLIENT. Bad. What is the problem? db corresponding type declare. Can't find module. Wow, thank you. Why? Packages db, not db this time, db pencil, package.json, exporting CLIENT client from here, exporting the types, exporting the default value. Should be fine. No suggestions, only this much. What am I getting? We are getting a type from here, that's okay. /client, I may be able to get it on the server side. What am I getting? Type CLIENT. Oh my god, really? Okay, let's check one thing. Where are the node modules? Oh, node modules. Then tailwind, add their types. We are getting the types. Tailwind CSS. Okay, that's not being installed. Package.json. Add the db pencil. We are getting it right. Oh, sorry, my bad. We have to do this thing too. cd cling pnpm install. Oh, come on, yeah, not npm, is pnpm install. Now it will work. By the way, let me take a break for 3 minutes or something, and then I'll be back and continue from here on. Introduction. Here we are anyway. Okay, let's continue. Oh, having said that, we have already given it like around 1.5 an hour, and 1.5 an hour, 3 hours, 1 hour is still remaining, so we'll be giving it to it too. So this time it should anyway work. Import from @db pencil /client. Yeah, this time I'm getting the suggestions as well. I will be getting Prisma from here. This thing is also done, and once this thing is done, I've got the Prisma. Prisma is the client. I'll be saving the data. Okay. Where am I saving the data? Here. Let's try to do it. I hope it will be fine. Sync const we have to save the data in the DB. Const response is equal to our data is equal to await Prisma client that we have dot pencil dot create we have data inside it, and the data is about we have the values of start x, start y. These are the things. So we already have start x. Do we? No, we don't. Coordinates. Start x is equal to coords dot ref dot current dot x. Yeah. Start y is equal to coords dot ref dot current dot y. Then we have mouse x, and then we have mouse y. This much we are saving. Let's use try catch block so that if we get any error, we know what that error is. Try catch clg error, saving the data, and error is gonna be here. Okay, this much is done. Anything else? I think not really. Once this thing is saved, I don't need to worry about anything. When we are moving the mouse, that is great. Let's see. But the thing is that many requests will be made directly to the DB. Yeah, actually many. Don't know whether even this is going to work or not. Let's start running it and see what happens. PNPM, let's build it first of all for a sec, and then we'll start running it. Gonna be crazy because once we start moving the cursor, many requests are going to be sent to the backend database. Then database will have to give those requests, or we'll have to queue those requests from our own side, and then save the data. Kind of crazy thing, but let's see. Or we can do one thing. Got an error. Excalidraw import message client component. This page.tsx client component browser server component. What is the problem? An error occurred while generating item. App client execution was the ECMAScript chunk. Okay, so what is the error? Maybe we need to have a server component or something. Hey, mummies. Okay, by the way, my mom got angry at somebody. What can I do in here? We have this client component. What does this error mean? First of all, let's check this thing out. we were building it and then we got this error. Let's check this thing out. And let me play the music too, like its noise keeps speaking continuously. So start the music. Alright, by the way, here is the thing. The thing is that I'm directly trying to use Alrighty. So at the end, what do we have to do? Is to simply create a database like a WebSocket server, and the request will go to WebSocket server. Then WebSocket server will actually send the request to the database, and then database will save the data. So this is going to be like that. So we even have to create that. This is the first thing, or it's better to do that. We can actually create the server, but that will not be called a WebSocket server. Do we need a WebSocket server? Yeah. WebSocket server should save the data. We'll have to create a WebSocket server, so that whenever, as soon as the, what can I actually say? I'm sending the request from here, they are getting saved there, and as soon as they're getting saved, they should come back to. So it's like that. If I'm not using WebSocket, so I can only send the request and save the data. I cannot get the response at the same time, and this will be the problem that I'll have to face. So it's better to use a WebSocket server, so that I can save the data in the database and I can actually get the response back too at the same time. That is the thing. That is the benefit of using that. So we will be using that too. Many changes we've made. Let's do it. What are we gonna be doing now? Pretty simple thing, and that's going to be apps. WebSocket backend we already have. Pencil WS we have to create. Let's do it. We will be creating another WebSocket server that will mainly be used for saving the pencil data, because we are working on that particular functionality. To WS WebSocket pencil, just for an instance. Inside that we have to just get many things done. Database is already running, it will keep running, so we don't really need to worry about that. Let's talk about database. WebSocket server backend, how do we create that? First of all, this is gonna be pretty simple. pnpm init, we will be initializing it. This is initialized code package.json till open, and build build. Do we need to build the things? I think so. Yeah, definitely. Why not? So first one is going to be build, and tscb. This is gonna be the build file. The second one is gonna be the starting file. The thing will be started at node dist /index.js over here, and at last I will have a development file, dev file, that will be like pnpm run build, and then pnpm run start. Okay, this will go like this. Apart from it, the main file is going to be dist-index.js, and that's it. I don't really need to do anything else. I will need a dev dependency @ repo / typescript config, and oh my god, workspace, something like this, but this is what I don't need. I need dev dependency actually. So dev dependencies, inside that I will keep it. So this thing is also done. Anything else required, I will have to install some of the packages for sure. So pnpm add, just pnpm install, not really like that, pnpm install, it's installing. The things required for it, then we have to even create a touch ts config.json. It will create this file inside that. Well, yeah, once this thing is created, let's check this thing out whether it works well or not. So here we have it will mainly extends the things. We have @repo / typescript config / base.json. Then we have some compiler options. So compile, not on save, compiler options, and they are gonna be src. Wow, first one is gonna be root dir, that's gonna be src, and second one is going to be dist. So out dir actually, and that's going to be dist, something like this. So this thing is done right now. And apart from this particular thing, we will be including the things inside source. So include everything inside source, that's it. We don't really need to worry about anything. And once this thing is done, we have to exclude some of the files too. So exclude, first of all, exclude dist file. You have to exclude node modules, and if there's something extra, we will be excluding that too if needed. We don't really need to worry that much right now. And then we need to create source folder inside it. Inside the source folder, we need to have index.ts file, and inside the ts file, we need to create the WebSocket. We need to initialize the WebSocket server. ls pnpm add ws. We may have to install the types of it too, and we can keep it module. Type is going to be module here. So this thing is done. By the way, let's import WebSocket. Oh my god, I'm not getting that. From ws, well, the types I have to get those. So pnpm add in the dev dependency section, and that would be @type/ws. It should be fine with this much. So yeah, the air is gone. We want a WebSocket server from here. WebSocket and server. This thing is here. Const WebSocket server. That's gonna be new WebSocket server, and it will take a port, and that will be port like 8080 for now. It will be running on 8080 port. I already have a WebSocket server running on 8080 port, so let's make it run on 4000 port for now. We are just simply testing, so that's okay. It's running on 4000 port, and after that const wss.on, and it's listening. And when it's listening, so first of all, I will say that clg web socket server is listening on http://localhost and 4000. On this particular port it's listening. After that, wss.on and on connection, I will get the on connection, I will get the WebSocket. The type of it is gonna be WebSocket. That will come from ws, as simple as that. Yeah, once we got this, we have WebSocket. We will check whether there's errors or not. So on error, if there's any error, so we will be getting error as well. So something like this will be error in web, error in the error while connecting, something like this. The error are gonna be shown here. This thing is done. What next? We have to get the messages, right? To ws.on message. I will get the data. That data will be type string for sure. So this thing is also done. And not only this thing, we may even close that. So it can be like this: ws.on close, and clg web socket connection disconnected, something like this. Just connection disconnected should be enough. Connection disconnected. So these many things we have in here, and once we actually get the data, we have to parse the data first of all. So const when it comes to parsing the data, we will have to do that for sure. So const parse the data is equal to JSON dot parse and the data that we get, and then we can just think of doing something else. Argument raw data. Huh? What does this mean? It will be type string. Okay, now we are not getting. So this much is done. Then we have to save the data in the database for sure. So we'll take care of that thing too. But before that, let's go to Excalidraw. And this DB pencil we don't need here, so we have to remove it. And once this thing is removed, what now? Let's go to app, pencil, pinch, remove this thing from here. This time we need to make a call to the WebSocket server that is running on port 4040. WebSocket URL I had somewhere. Where did I have that? Canvas components job config.ts. It was like okay, we got it. We got this. So this thing is here, and we need to create a WebSocket server. Once that WebSocket server is created, we are setting the values in here, and even we have to create a WebSocket server just right here. Const ws is equal to WebSocket, maybe new web socket, and this will be like, it will have a URL. The URL is gonna be http, not http, actually ws localhost, and that's gonna be on 4000 port. I got the ws code. For ws URL I had a code somewhere. Important topics I don't have. That's crazy. Web3, web. Don't really wanna think a lot. Just wanna get the things done right now. I had code here. This is for WebSocket server. This is for the server. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the client, yeah, front end. In here we just created this ws.ref. You are saving it in the inside a ref. That's okay. That's too good. And once it is saved, we are getting the data and all. Let's do it. Take the help of it and get it done. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to save it. So for that thing we need to have a ref too. So const ws ref is equal to use state, something like this, and we are not gonna have any value inside that. That's okay. And once this is done, then ws.ref actually dot current, the value of WebSocket will be saved inside this. What is the problem? Property current does not exist on type undefined dispatch. Okay. WebSocket, it will be of type WebSocket. I'm using use state. Crazy. That should be use ref, and it should be WebSocket. Any problem? That can be either null, and the value is going to be null. So this thing is done right now. Once the WebSocket is created, then we will, once it is done, we've got the WebSocket, then what? We will be getting the messages. Message, whatever we'll get from that side. on message we will get the data. Once we get the data, we have to just simply save the data, and on open we have to send a request to join. Okay, we don't really need to do that, and then we have to close it while returning. So while returning we have to do two things. That's okay, and this will only happen when it runs for the first time. Interesting. Let's do one thing. ws.on message. First of all, we will get the message. Of course, there's gonna be an event. Once this thing is done, we need to even create a variable. When it comes to creating variables, there's gonna be a use state input ref. Yeah, we'll be getting the data from the database backend and the database. That means what should be the name of it? Existing lines. Data, let's name it data. Const data set data, and do one thing. Pencil data set pencil data is equal to use state. It will be like this. By default it has nothing, and then when I actually get the data, first of all I'll parse it. That is something that I have to do. I'll set pencil data, and previous, will I have previous data? When it comes to pencil data, ultimately I need to get all the data, but it will be like the messages. So we get the previous messages, and then we add the new messages. So as soon as I send there, I should get only one. Wait, hang on a sec. Yeah, we will be getting only one data. Whatever we are saving, we'll be getting that back too. So yeah, it will be like this. Set pencil data, then I'll be getting the previous data. Once I got the previous data, then we'll have to first of all destructure it. Once this is destructured, then json.parse the data that we'll be getting, and that will be like event.data. Something like this. What is the problem that we are facing here? We have to return it. So let's return it like this. No. Okay, argument previous data undefined. It is saying that there is no data as such. Previous data. Set pencil. Use state. What is going to be the type? This is going to be an array, first of all. And am I still getting that? Yeah. I have to define everything. What all I'll be getting? I'll be getting ID, start, X. These are the things that I'll be getting. Type pencil is equal to ID. We'll have ID. It will have the ID. Yeah. ID is gonna be number. Wow. Number. Is this okay? But this is not okay. ID is gonna be number like this. ID will be number. How do we create that? Yeah, that's right. ID is going to be number. Start X is going to be a number. Start Y is going to be a number. Mouse X is going to be a number, and mouse Y is going to be a number. This thing is done. Once we have this thing here, so we will have an array of this. So we have pencil array of that. Gone. Wow, pretty smart. So this thing is done. Once this thing is done, I'm even tired of speaking. But okay, speaking doesn't matter. We can get the energy. That's why we have the food, don't we? Even data, this thing is done. Ultimately, we are setting the messages, and then it will re-render the page. Once it re-render the page, page re-renders. Yeah. So this thing is done. Once this thing is done, we are ultimately getting the data. We need to even send that. We are sending WS. Where are we sending? WSRef is here. So WSRef is being sent. That means we can easily send the data. And one thing we need to keep in mind, that whenever we are just stopping everything, at that time we need to do this stuff, cleaning stuff. So this is the first thing that we are doing. Apart from it, w.close, we are doing it. So it is like cleaning the function and all. So this stuff is done too. And now we just simply need to send the data. Where do we need to send the data? We need to send the data to the backend. Handle message is called here, and ultimately ws.current.send. Okay. So use effect is used here too. And the thing is that we are getting everything done at the same place. That should not be done, by the way. I'm checking it, so I'm not caring about the but cleanliness right now. So this is the thing. Over here we will be sending the data mainly when this thing is done. Mouse down. This is the event. On mouse move. And this time this thing will not be done. So what will be done? I'll be checking it. So let's remove this thing too. Oh, right now we have to send this data. So wsref.current.send. We have to send the data. That data will be in the stringify JSON.stringify, and then we have to send the data. What data do we have to send? And that would be an object. Inside that an object, there's gonna be startx. Oh, that's crazy. There's gonna be startx. There's gonna be starty. There's gonna be mouse x. There's gonna be mouse y. Something like this. The thing is that I don't have the value of these two. So let's get them from codes ref.current.height, width, not width, x, and this one is going to be y. So this thing is done. What is the problem? Current is possibly null. Oh, it's saying that is possibly null. I can just make sure that it does exist. I can even check whether it exists or not. And first of all, this can be the solution, that I am sure that it does exist, so it's going to be like that. That's good too. Saving the data, back to the database. The data is going there continuously, then I'm even getting the data, I'm saving then this is how things are changing. The thing is that as soon as I do it, the data goes to the database backend, and when data goes here, I get the data here, then I need to send the data to the database, save it ultimately. I got the message clg pass data. Let's simply check the past data that we are getting, then we'll be just simply worrying about other things. We've done quite a lot. So let's do one thing. cd few steps back, ls pnpm, just build it for now. Let's see whether we get some errors or not. It's such a good project actually. Taking my whole day. Even I need to learn the things while building it, so that's obvious. But I like this thing. Ultimately over here, when I hello sir, can you tell me which class? There is no class actually. I'm working on the project. I'm not even teaching here. I'm just learning, and kind of learning in public thing is going on. Hi, good to see you. I'm just working on Excalidraw project. Ultimately, you must have seen online boards, right, where you can just write, you can make circle, you can make rectangle. The same thing I'm trying to build right now. So that is the project going on, and just working in the backend stuff. pnpm dev. Okay, so this time it should be running. I'm sending the data to the backend. Okay, good to know that. I'm going to be getting the response here, WS Pencil. Let's check it if it works or not. Localhost 3002 slash what? Definitely, why not? Good luck with that. By the way, it's running on 4000 port. That WebSocket is running on 4000 port as per Excalidraw. Okay, that should be pencil. So let's do it. It should be pencil this time. Okay, it is working right now. That's good. The thing I need to keep in mind is that let's keep it on the right side and check whether we are getting the database. Such a good thing it is. What a feeling, like you are getting the data in the database like a WebSocket server, and I think it's simply increasing over and over, and we have to save all the data, and once we have saved it, connection disconnected, that's okay, never mind, and we are getting it inside the database, and then we are even sending it from here. No, we are not even doing that. That's okay. So once we have got the data, what are we going to do? We are getting the data for sure. The next step is to simply save it to the database. We are getting it in the backend server, WS server, of course. That could be, that's actually dev dependency @repo / what do we need to have here? DB pencil DB. What is the name? The name is the DB pencil. My crazy names. Pencil, database of the pencil ultimately. Workspace and this thing. Done. Of course I will have to install the things again. So let's npm install globally. Actually it will work at the root level. I'm just installing everything. Done. Let's do one thing, npm dev. Let's start running it again, and it's simply running the project. That's okay. I know I will not get the errors and all. And right now here I've got it. What next? I have to get the client, like database client. When you are getting the client, you need to have the Prisma thing. Yeah, definitely I will get the error. When I get the error, I will solve that, as simple as that. So import Prisma. Let's do one thing. Let's from @db pencil / client. From here we are importing it that from here, and then we need the client. What all do we get? We just get the Prisma. So we've got the Prisma client. What next? We have got the data, we've got the Prisma client. Now we need to save it. So let's use try catch block right now, and const data is equal to await Prisma dot pencil dot create not count, create. We have to save data, and that data is parsed data. Superb. And we need to make it async. It's async. If there is any error, clg errors saving the data, something like this. Error is gonna be this error. Pretty much easy peasy. Once this thing is done, we have saved it. Let's log the data as well. If that's saved data, ultimately that's going to be saved data. But there are going to be many data. That is something I'm worried about. I will not send only one request, I will send many requests at the same time. How will those requests be resolved? That is a question, problem, whatever you just call that. Let's run it and then see whether it works or not. When it comes to data in my database, right now I don't have any data as such. Yeah, I don't have any data. And right now we are gonna be getting the stuff done. Let's see. First of all, Excalidraw WS pencil. Let's go to the WS server, and then before even starting we are getting the error. Amazing. Ultimately I knew that. The thing is that we do not have .env installed. So first of all, let's install .env inside this particular file. So cd inside WS pencil npm add env we need to access the environment variable, so we need to have .env file, and we need to have the same .env file that we have in here. In here we have this local database that we are using Docker for sure. I like this thing, like Docker helps a lot, man. You can use 10 Prisma DB instances or 10 ports, and then you can use them at the same time. Superb thing of database. .env, let's paste it here. This thing is done, and then in here I need to import .env on the top. Import .env/config, done. Something like this. Let's run it again. I should not be getting the error, but if we get that, no, sorry, cd, few steps back, pnpm dev. Let's see. I should not be getting the error. WS pencil, okay, it's running well. What to do now? Just simply send the data. Wow, this is amazing. Oh my god, so many things are being saved at the same time. I just used this much. So it's hard to imagine when we make diagrams on our computer how many requests are going and how much data is actually being saved. Just I made a little diagram, okay, this much I made, that's gone. Okay, if I made this much, that's it. And let's see the requests. There are 462 around requests have been gone. Got that? So this happens. Okay, by the way, never mind. So this thing is working. Data is being saved in the database. So let's check out the database. Let's see. Congratulations, we have the data here. What is the next step? Next step is pretty simple. Get the data from the database, and once you have got the database, then using the HTTP server, I have to create an HTTP server as well. Crazy. The thing is that I'm able to save the data, okay, and even I can just send the data back. That's okay. Here, the data that we are saving, we need to send that same data back to. Do we need to send the data back? When we are saving it, that's already there. So why do we even need to send that? But let's see what I did the last time. Let's see. The last time when I did, I was getting one message. That means I was sending the data. As soon as I send, this is important because if it's just about me, so I don't need to send the data back from WS server. But what if there are other people? They also need the data. So of course I need to send. So that is the thing. And what kind of data I need to send? That is the thing I need to worry about. We need to send whatever I want to send. Ultimately, it's up to me. I can send that data, that parse data.payload.message that we are getting. So yeah, we can send anything, up to us. This time I will be sending this whole thing. Once the whole thing is saved, we have parsed data. I'm gonna be sending parsed data back. Take your data back. Or we can send this data that got actually saved. That can actually be a good thing. So let's do it. So we have ws.send json.stringify and just send the data that you are getting. The thing is that there will be ID, extra ID. That's good too. Who cares? Okay, so this thing is done. We are sending the data back. That means we should be getting it. Yeah, we should be getting it. That means where is that? Pencil page.tsx. Here we are. Height, width. Let's remove this. Why do we need to have it? Okay, in here what are we doing? Inside this particular use effect, I'm getting the messages. Then I'm setting the messages in the pencil data. That means pencil data should be changed. So let's do one thing. Whenever the pencil data changes, we'll get this thing, pencil data. We'll log it. Actually, this is gonna be crazy stuff. Let's inspect it. Console. Log it. Okay. There are no data. There's no data. Yeah. but as soon as I start drawing, there is still no data. Why? Oh, we should be getting the data, but we are not getting the data. Let's do one thing, have another use effect. This is one first use effect, this is the second one. I will be using another use effect. That's gonna be like this. Even that one will work, right? Whenever we get the message, let's log the values. As soon as I get the message, CLG event.data, we have to parse it. So parse, come on, json.parse.event.data. Any problem? No problem. Let's see. Do we actually get the data back? Any problem? No problem as such. No way. This is crazy. Pencil. I think I'm not getting the data back from the database side. I mean WS server. Data. Well, even that message is not running. Well, that's crazy. First thing, database disconnected. That's okay. Why it got disconnected? Because I reloaded the pages. That's okay. Let's keep it here. We are getting the data here. If we are getting the data is being saved. When the data is being saved, I'm just sending back like here. Okay, where is that? Cancel. Here we are getting the data. There is no error as such. And ws.send, and this we are sending the data back from the server. Why are we not getting that in here? I think that is the right way to send, right? From the server we can send the data. Ws that we have user.socket.send, so ws.send, we are directly using that. One more thing we can do. Let's keep it here. First of all, let's monitor the network. Okay, localhost. This is where something's gonna happen. I think ws local, not this is where not. There are no requests are going, but I'm not getting them here. Why? Okay, this is where I'm sending the request, and I'm not getting any response back. Just requests are going. This I'm sending start x, start y, mouse x, mouse y. I'm sending them. I'm not getting any response from the database side. Great. Why am I not getting any data? That does not mean I'm not sending. I'm sending the data. ws.send. Yeah, I'm sending. Can I directly send a message here? ws.send. Hi there. Let's see. Localhost message. Any data I got? So much. I'm not even getting the data. Ouch, something went into my eyes. What can I do now? As soon as I reload the page, a message should go here. Okay. The simple thing, on message, a request should automatically go. On the front end side, what am I doing? On message, whenever a message is being sent from there, when is message being sent? Whenever I'm drawing, at that time message is being sent. mainly here ws.ref. I'm just sending the message. That message is going, that's great, to the database. The thing is that I want to get the data too, and when I'm just sending on event, this thing is never run. Alert message CEIVAV, message received. Well, message is never received. ws.on message. Why am I even getting this error? I have no idea as such right now. We are saving the WebSockets. First of all, the connection is ready. When the connection is ready, whenever I'm drawing, I'm getting it. And when I'm getting it, I should be ws.send, sending it. It's time to use Postman. It's hard to just get the things using this one. I'm gonna be sending the same data from Postman and then see whether I get it back or not. Well, this time it's running actually on 4000, so I need to keep that thing in mind. Let's ws//localhost on 4000. First of all, this edge for sending the data. So this is the data that I'm sending, so let's get this one too. But now let's connect it to the database, of course. Connected, send it. Anything you got back? You got nothing back. This is the same issue that we were facing there. How can you fix that? We may build it. Let's do one thing, close it. npm build everything. Let's see if it works. Okay, I think I hadn't started it because of that thing. Could be. I'm just using ws.send. It should definitely work. There is no doubt in my mind, but it is not working. Never mind. The good thing is that it's been 3-4 hours since we started working. npm dev. Let's go to this ws thing. It's running on 4000 port. Connect it, send the data, and we are getting back. The error was that we hadn't restarted the server. How crazy we are. I am, not we are. I'm in the habit of saying we are. Sorry, excuse me for that. I am. This time I should be even getting the response. Yeah, wow, amazing, great. Arey baapre. So many things we got at the same time. The error was pretty simple, that the server wasn't restarted, and because of that thing we were getting the error. That's really a silly mistake, really a silly one. So this thing is done, we are getting the message, we are saving the message. What else do we need to do? We are doing great. Let's remove it. Let's even remove this particular thing from here. So ultimately we are getting the data. As soon as we got the data, we can just simply render that. Love it. And all this data is being saved there. Yeah, so many things. So let's do one thing, let's delete it for now. How are we going to delete it? Pretty simple. Let's use I'm gonna be deleting everything. Delete. Yeah, like this. Run the command. everything's being deleted. View data, all rows. Now we don't get any data. What next? Let's save data like this. Data is saved, but now go there, database, go to the database and check the data. We've got the data. It's as simple as that. This thing is done. We are saving the data. The next step is to get the data back from the backend. That is going to be the amazing thing. If this works, all the efforts that we have put, they are gonna be worth it. We have pencil data, okay, and the picture is not over yet, bro. Why? First thing is this, that we need to get the previous data and render that from the database. First thing is this. Second thing is we need to save the data as well as send the data back to the other people who are connected to the same database or same room. We can create a room and then people can be connected in the same room, and then we have to send that same data back to those people. That we are doing. Even we didn't create the room, so we are ultimately sending it to everybody. It's even not like everybody, we are just sending it to ourselves. Later on we can just work on this functionality, but now the problem is we are sending to ourselves. That's amazing. When we are sending the data to ourselves, even we need to render that. First thing is this. But even before that, this pencil data, as soon as gets updated, we need to render the page. That will definitely be rendered. That's again something I don't need to worry about. But based on this pencil data, whenever this pencil data changes, at that time I need to run a use effect, and that use effect runs a function. That function renders the things. Good point. So mouse move, this is the mouse move thing. Over here I'm just getting 4 things, right? Right here I'm getting 4 things. I have to create a function that gets these 4 things and renders the things. So let's do one thing. Let's cut everything. Render pencil, something like that. We'll create something like that. Okay, this much is done. Control X, and then render pencil, something like this. Let's try creating this. Where? Inside it? Not really, not inside this. Why not inside this? Inside the use effect. Let's create another function here. Const render pencil, something like this, and it will simply render it. Pretty good. We have to send some of the values. That's right. We have to send ctx. What all does it need? It needs start x, it needs start y, it needs mouse x, it needs mouse y, it needs ctx. Anything else? Nothing. Is this in error? No, this is not in this. That's just the color. Okay, what is the problem with these? Values never has any type. So let's do one thing. This. They will have type not like this even. There's a better way. Let's make them an object. And once this thing is done, let's give them the type. Start x will have type number. That's bad way. for now at least, mainly because we need to create a type for that, separate type. That would be crazy. And as for the CTX, what is the type of the CTX that we have? Canvas 2D something like, what is the type of it? Canvas 2D, canvas rendering context 2D, 2D context, yeah, something like this. This is the type of it. Any problem with this? Yeah. How about right now? It looks great. Well, seems like we are not facing any error as such right now. That's amazing. What can we do now? We actually need to send all these things inside that. So we are. This is where we were rendering. So while rendering, we can do one thing. Start X. What the hell? I don't have that. Start X, which means these values. Let's do one thing. Const X and Y from course.current, something like this. I'm gonna be naming it start X, and I'm gonna be naming it start Y, and this time I can go with this much only. So this thing is done. Over here I'll be doing the same thing. Start X, start Y, mouse X and mouse Y, CTX. Done. Render pencil. What is the problem? Cannot access variables before it is declared. I have to make it a function. How about like this? If we make it a function, it will be available, right? Everywhere. No. Function render pencil. How about right now? Still, let's keep it at the top. This thing is done. Am I still getting the error? Well, right now I'm not. Oh, that's a good thing. By the way, I can make it like this too. I think probably const let's see. Am I still getting that error? Well, I'm not. That's good. So this thing is done, and we are at least rendering the things. Let's see even it's working properly or not. Oh, well, it's working. Good thing. What is the next thing? The next thing is this. Whenever the values changes, use effect. I'm gonna be using the third use effect, and it mainly depends on the pencil data. Whenever the values of pencil data change, let's log the pencil data. CLG pencil data. Let's see. Gonna be fun checking this down out to this log. Well, here we are. This is the data of the pencil data, and if we check, this is how things are being mentioned here. That's good. We don't really need to do anything. What is next? The next thing that we need to do is to simply pencil data dot map. We'll be getting data, and then once we have the data, render pencil, and then I'll be getting everything from data. From data I can get start X, I can get start Y, I can get mouse X, I can get mouse Y, and once I have these, I will just give these values here. So this thing is also done. And once this thing is done, I will be giving the CTX. Where's CTX? I do not have CTX. Do I have? I just have canvas. Oh my god. This CTX needs to be saved. Context needs to be saved somewhere. I also need to save it. Let's create a CTS ref in here. Const CTX ref use ref. It will have it will be like canvas 2D rendering, canvas rendering context 2D. This thing is done. Use effect, it is let's give it null for now. It can either have null value, and then I will be giving null here. Should be fine. CTX ref, and I'll be saving the value of it in here. So we've created this ctx dot ref, ctx ref dot current is equal to ctx, something like this. Once this thing is done, so the next time whenever I need it, it will be available here. So it will be like ctx ref dot current. What else? Is null. Superb. This thing is done. This thing is done. And let's check this thing out. Okay. Okay, that's crazy. How can I fix this? Whenever I get the data back. This happens only when I render the data like this way, this side. Otherwise it doesn't happen. I can just simply go on like this. But when I just render the data, I get that. Okay, CTX ref. This data is coming from that side. Why? Even when it comes to returning, what will I even return? Let's see. Don't really have. Let's use the help of. Take the help of AI. Is this okay? Replaying every pencil segment on every so the same strokes are being drawn again and again on the top of what was already canvas, which creates that read it. What's happening? Yeah, pencil data likely contains a sequence of points from your drawing. Each mouse move in use effect whenever pencil data changes, you loop over the entire area and cause pencil and manipulate them, but clear or resemble canvas. So if pencil data ends segments on the next step, and plus segment you could draw all over once again plus the new one trying, and that compounds and looks like burst of line. Okay, either clean it, so pencil data GTX clear it. Yeah, would be great if we clear it. This little background, or instead of pre-rendering all this, you can only draw the latest segments inside your mouse and is add to it pixel data. But it needs to happen. This can be like that. We can just, okay, let's get this thing done first of all, then we'll think about the other way. Before even going through them, ctx dot clear rect 0 by 0 canvas width. What is the width? Size dot width, size dot height. As soon as, okay, that gets removed too. We have to clear it, render pencil inside this thing. Whenever we are rendering it, we have ctx. We have to make sure that ctx dot fill rect is fill style. Yeah, we can actually do it. ctx dot fill rect, and that is the render pencil is gonna be rendered over. Let's see. Fill rect 0 0 size dot width size dot height. Whenever we clear that, we have to give it the width ctx dot fill style. That's gonna be #ff. Why is this even happening? Crazy stuff. Use effect, got the window, got this, everything works fine so far. Then here, got the canvas, got the ctx, we are even filling the style and all. Rect, fill rect with this. Then we are clearing that. The thing is that whenever something comes from the back end, we are pushing it to the pencil and then that gets re-rendered. Instead we should directly what can we do if we are just doing it? The data that we are getting, we are pushing the data, that is something bad. or instead of pushing the data, previous data plus this, set pencil data, that's gonna be just the data that we have got. JSON dot parse data dot event dot data, and I will not have this. I will have nothing, just this much pencil data, and this pencil thing. Okay, it will have type pencil, something like this. It will be okay. And all messages pencil data except, then whenever the pencil data changes, what I need to do is simple. I don't even need to do it. Const these values will come from the pencil data. So ultimately dot 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 pencil data isn't it good? Got to, okay, that's bad. Spreader must either have a tuple type or do we call the list parameters. Let's do one thing. That's my bad. Cut it. Const these pencil data, something like this, and then I will paste them here as well. As for the type, pencil. The type of the pencil is the ID, okay, but they do not have the ID. I don't even worry whether the ID exists or not. Okay, this pencil undefined is not assignable to pencil. Pencil or undefined is not assignable to pencil. Okay, so what could be the solution? What is zero? Type undefined is not assignable to type pencil. Type undefined is not assignable to pencil. That's okay. I will solve it. If not pencil data, I return it. Okay. This thing is great. Pencil, not even worried about this. Like we can go without this too. Then we have this much. We are setting it. Interesting. Bad. Okay, jaldi then we fix the issue. Then slowly we do not get it. Slowly data is getting fixed. We have to figure the things out well. It's mainly because I'm just rendering this, otherwise I will never ever get the errors. Now it doesn't matter what I do. So here's the thing. I think when I just simply send the data, it will be okay on my friends, any people's side. It's just on my side I am getting the data back. So I can make sure that I'm not getting the data on my side. Rather, the data is being sent on the people's side. That could also be the thing. Because on my side, I will check it later. So this is how the things are getting done. One of the most important thing right now. This thing is okay. This is the use effect running in here. One and the most important thing. First of all, I'll have to create HTTP server for that. Then I'll have to make a HTTP request. Then I will get the data, and then I will. Let's do it on the go. As we are here, there's one more step, and after that, at least this will be ready, and then we'll be switching to the main ones. Let's create HTTP backend. We already have, but this HTTP, yeah, it can work for me. It will work. Let's do it. I have this index.html. app.get pencil data, simple request respond, not gonna be worried about much here, something like this. And even that's not needed. Once I got this particular thing, first of all, even I need to have pencil data inside it. Ultimately, I'll be using two databases. Amazing. @repo/db pencil, and that's gonna be workspace, something like this, and this. What now? Let's stop it. npm install. मजा आ गया actually. We got something done today. So this thing is done. Close it. In here we need to get the client. First of all, on the top, database URL. Another reader. I will have to create an HTTP server because both this HTTP server has already database URL, and the client that I am using right now, that also uses another different URL, so they will conflict. And to resolve that conflict, I will have to change the database URL everywhere. Let's do it. Yeah, we can change it. Database URL pencil database URL, something like this. So this is here. I'll have to change many things, I know. First thing is Prisma config file. This will be like pencil database URL. This is here. This thing is done. And apart from this particular thing, env is okay. Prisma, I have to change this. Well, nothing needs to be changed here. I hope I will be able to get the things done here. Just hope it will work. Let's see. npm build. Will I be able to build it? It's built. Let's do one thing. npm prisma migrate dev. I haven't changed anything, but if migration works, then that means env file is working well. Oh yeah, it works. npm prisma generate. We are changing the names because ultimately I want to use the same HTTP server that I already have. So for that thing, the name should be different, right? There should be there are going to be two env files, so that is why. So this is the thing done. cd few steps back, ls. Okay, this thing is done, and I need to just copy this thing from here, and I need to go here, HTTP server. I think this is the one. This is I don't need this here because I'm not using the client directly. And apart from this one, the HTTP server that I have, there is this one. I need to save this URL here. Postgres, the password localhost 5430. That's okay, not a problem. It's saying that you have to connect to that particular database that's running on that. And we already have that PNP workspace, yeah. So now one thing, we even get it, we have to get it on the top, like after this, or maybe Prisma client here. We are getting Prisma client and we'll get Prisma from there. So import from @repo db pencil /client, we'll get Prisma, we'll name it better Prisma. Okay, we will get Prisma. I'm gonna name it Pencil Prisma so that I don't get confused, right? Pencil Prisma client. What is the problem with this? As let's go with this. Let's as pencil client should be fine. And once we are here, we need to fetch the data. Try catch CLG error, fetching the weak and response, return response. Return response dot status 500 dot JSON message error, fetching the pencil data, and error is going to be error for sure, something like this. So this thing is done. Apart from this particular thing, const data is equal to await async await pencil client dot pencil dot find many. I'll be getting all, if not data I'll be getting all. Don't worry. The return response dot status 200 dot JSON message data fetched successfully, and data is going to be data. From here I'm actually sending data, then over there I'll be getting data and all done. So ultimately this thing is working. First of all, I need to make sure if it actually works well. So let's do it. Pencil data I need to get yeah. Yes. pm dev. We will be using pencil data, but it is running on. Okay, 3000 to 1. Really? Yeah. Localhost 3001/pencil data. Either fetching the pencil data and there is no error as such. Why? HTTP server, let's send the same request from the postman. Pencil data, send the request up, create required pnpm dev. Error fetching the pencil data. Error is this. There is no error as such. Okay. HTTP. Here we are getting the error. The Prisma client that we have pencil, it is using that. Here we are index, and the NV file is this. Inside the HTTP, we are using the same index.js. Okay, this is the one. HTTP file is this. And as for importing the things, config, this is being imported at the top. Should not face this error, by the way. If I'm facing it, then pnpm install first of all everything. Pnpm build. Okay, pnpm dev, let's do it. HTTP server. Crazy error. I thought I would not get it, but I have the environment variable, by the way, if that is the problem. This is the one. It's even connecting the different database that's running on different port 5430. When it comes to data, I already have the data. I may have to create a different $500 internal server error. I'm not even getting the error. Instead of using try catch block, let's stop using that. That may help me get the error that we are getting here. Let's console log it. CLG error that we are getting. Error getting the data. HTTP server. Either getting the data type error, can't read the properties of undefined reading, find many. Find many. Really? Find first, find many, find unique. Let's try find first. Don't know. It may give the right result. Let's see whether it gives the first value or not. Forget about the. If I still get the same, that means there's something wrong. I mean, there's definitely something wrong. Yeah. Can't we run two databases in the same system? We can run, we should be able to run. Can we get the checks? maybe probably get a room slug or get a chats room ID. When it comes to chat/1, am I going to get that? 404 not found. HTTP server, this is the thing 3001, this is running at 3001 chats1. That should not be post other, that should be a get request. Error getting chats. Oh my god. Oh, can't I? Error getting chats. I better stop it right here. Database not running. Could be database is not running. Draw app 5431. I think it's not running yet. Because of this one I may be facing it. This could also be the reason. So how can you fix it? Draw app needs to be there, right? It's running on 5431. I don't have any database as such. Postgres Docker DB. Ultimately it's not running. Because of this one I'm getting the error. 30 is running, right? Let's change it. Draw app. Change the password to 3241. The remaining things are gonna be okay, just this much is going to be changed. And when this is changed, I have to change most of the things. It's okay, changing is not a problem. Excalidraw, I don't have any enemy file inside this. HTTP server, I have already changed the things inside it. Okay, and then what's this WS backend env file. Let's change this one. This thing is also done. Okay, that will be using that. 5430 draw app and WS pencil. This already WS pencil. It needs to have that, but it does not have. That's crazy. WS pencil is web. .env, we have the Prisma client. It does need to have that. It may have had it earlier. It does not have it now. .env, and I think because of this thing we were facing the error. There was no env file. Could be. And then here we are. We'll copy just simple this thing. Pencil database. Let's go here. Paste it in here. So this thing is also done, and that's it. one more thing, a DB. This should be 5430 and the password should be 123. What was the password earlier? The password I can paste it, and then 3241 is the password. 3241. Let's check this one. 3241. Let's check the top one. 3241. Okay. This time cd ls testing draw app cd. First of all, let's go to db pnpm prisma migrate dev. This thing is done. pnpm prisma generate. This thing will also be done, and the first thing is already ready, by the way. If I actually refresh it, I should be getting two databases right now. Yeah, draw app, I'm getting that too. Even that's connected. What now? cd. This time both of them should work. That means I should be getting the response. Let's see. pnpm dev. If there is no data, at least it should tell that there no data exists. Oh my god, where am I? cd, few steps back, ls pnpm dev. pg. Here I have these two. When it comes to this, I don't really have any data as such, but here I have. So let's go to postman and send the request again. Message 0. That's okay. At least it works, right? And the second thing was the pencil data. Pencil data. I should be getting data in here. My god. It is fetching the data. The first one works. Getting the error in the second one. Pencil URL. Let's copy this URL everywhere. This one. The first thing we have this database, so let's paste it here. Come on. Let's paste it here. This thing is done, and this is, by the way, working since the beginning, so not a problem. DB not at all related. Close this package. Go to apps. We have WS pencil, we have this in here. Let's we are using the same pencil DB, that's not a problem. HTTP server that we have, inside this we have two ones. Let's replace this one, well, already replaced, and if the top one is working, the below one should also work, by the way. We have source index.ts. We have this Prisma client, pencil client we've got from here. It's working fine. pnpm install, up to date. pnpm build this. Well, this should not be a problem at all, but I'm still building it. Okay. pnpm dev. HTTP server. Backend mainly, I wanted to check this one out. Well, it's even running on 3001 port. Run it. This should be error fetching pencil data. I can get chats /chat/1 if I am able to get this data. Pencil data CLG. Okay, this is the error that I got. Cannot find first. I have a backend and HTTP backend actually, but the thing is that I'm using two databases at the same time, and those databases are using Prisma client, and for that client I also need to specify the env files so that the Prisma clients can use them indirectly, and those Prisma clients are being imported from packages db, and I'm actually using turbo repo for it. So is it actually possible to use two databases at the same time and in turbo repo? It's been too. If it doesn't work, then I will have to create another HTTP server too. This thing is not really a big thing, but I don't know why I'm getting this error. Maybe I'm trying to use two databases in the same HTTP server. This could be the reason. The first database is been working well. The second one is causing the problem. This should not happen. Never happen. Yes, it is possible, but you need to clear structure. You generally need two options: to separate schema, create a bridge, setup, say. Okay, that means if it is possible. Upgrade required. Yeah. Now I should get the data for the first one. Pencil. Yeah. I think that's not running. That is why it's giving me upgrade required. Never mind. You're fetching the data. Chat/1. That's crazy. Message 0. Give me some sunshine, give me some rain, give me another chance of love. Grow up, I wanna wake up. What? I forgot the song. Give me some sunshine, give me some rain, give me another chance of wake up. To grow up, whatever. In practice, it's usually one of these: wrong import, not export correctly. Good example of shared client. There means whatever you are calling .find first is undefined. So Prisma client was never correctly initialized at that point. In practice, it's usually one of wrong import, not exporting the client correctly. Example, good shared example, Prisma again. In your HTTP backend, this pencil, DB pencil, chat, this. You did something like import Prisma, did this, but expected exported pencil Prisma. Could this be the reason? I'm sorry. Let's see. That was something new I wanted to try. If that could be the reason, so I'm gone, yeah. Inside this was something new. I thought it would work, this thing, but if because of this thing I'm getting the error, then such a fool person I am actually. Prisma, such a crazy thing. Let's see. I hope it's gonna work. My eyes are dried actually, not now. HTTP backend should be able to get the data even here. Pencil data. But it's still getting that. That is not the problem for sure. Are you sure? PM. Now wait for a while. I'm able to save the data in the DB. That means the client is right. How am I saving the data? I'm saving the data from the WS backend. Inside the WS backend, I'm using this env file. Oh my god. Pencil database URL. Pencil database URL. Let's do one thing. cd. I hope this will solve the error, but it was definitely a problem. pnpm migrate. It was using database. Yeah. pnpm migrate. pnpm prisma migrate dev. This worked though. cd few steps back. Yes, pnpm dev. Let's give it one more try. Give me some sunshine, give me some rain, give me another chance to break up once again. Okay, let's do one thing. Am I able to save the data in the DB? Let's check this thing out too, whether it works or not. First of all, I'll have to remove all the data from here. It's done. Let's get the data back. Well, we don't have any data right now. Where is this? Localhost. Reload the page. So well, here I'm drawing the things, and ultimately data must be being saved. So data is saved in the database, I think. Let's see. Oh, data failed to save. I'm not able to save the data. Why? Because I changed the name from database URL to pencil database URL. I want to try something new. Whenever we try something new, pencil database URL. This is the name that I have changed. And when I have changed this, what all do I need to change? JSON inside this. Nothing need to be changed. Prisma configure. Pencil database URL. I already changed this. URL is this. env, this thing is done. .env configure, everything's done. And this prisma, and yeah, things are okay here. I'm able to migrate, so that means it works fine here. Then the second problem is this, that let's remove this dist file. When I remove everything extra that I have, then I will restart the process. How long will you take? Turbo and this node modules, and that's it, nothing else. And come on, yaar, are you kidding me? This dist file is not getting deleted. Oh, sorry. I had to say delete permanently. Yes, why not? Delete permanently. So this thing is done. DB, let's go to DB. A few extra things that we have list. Delete it. Continue. Delete it. Node models, delete. env file, we have a database URL inside it. That is okay. Okay, and prisma. These are the things that we have that are fine for me. Yeah. Apart from this particular thing, let's go to WS Pencil. Let's remove turbo, dist, node modules, source we have, and env file, pencil. I think that's the same thing. Postgres, password, localhost 5430, pencil DB, that's okay, running well. This thing is also okay. And then this one, turbo, dist, node modules, and env file, WS backend. WS backend is using. Oh my god, WS backend. Why are you using this? This is WS backend. It should not be using this one. My bad. Draw app, this is okay. Like in Postgres 3241 localhost draw app, that's okay, but that should be database URL. That's it. WS backend, then web app doesn't really need the env file, by the way. And then we are inside this HTTP. Let's remove these things. This and this, and we have index.file. We have this here pencildb, pencil database URL, and the database URL 3241 localhost. Things are okay. And then middleware TS, don't really need to worry about that. Well, yeah, I'm done almost with the things. pnpm install. Done. pnpm build. This thing is also on pnpm dev. Don't know what's gonna happen this time. First of all, let's make sure whether the data is getting saved in the DB or not. Otherwise, the client is not working well, so we don't really need to worry about anything. We need to actually worry extra after that. I'm saying we don't need to worry about anything. Okay, this is the diagram that we have made. Let's check the DB. Is there any data saved? Oh. If we are using Prisma, then can we change the name of the database? Like normally the database name is database URL. Then can we change the database name? Two things are on database URL. Should be okay. Yes, you can change the database name. It's getting quite a lot today for me. Not like that, database URL. Can we change the name of environment variable, and that is database URL in using Prisma? Using Prisma. What is the problem? Yes, you can change the environment variable name. The first thing, why is the Prisma client not working when I'm actually saving the data? Let's see. WS pencil. This is also giving me the error. Amazing. Pencil. Driver adapter. Database access denied. User was denied access on the database. Wow. Thank you. At least giving me some error. Driver adapter. User access denied. How long will you keep giving the same error? Where did you actually start from? Okay, let's do one thing. Let's restart it. Database access denied. Maybe it's not getting the environment variable. pnpm dev. Okay, not a problem. Can solve it. WS backend, well, not really worried about this. WS pencil, I'm worried about this, but pencil database URL is here, that should be fine. Then here .config file is being imported, done. I already have .env file here, done. Node modules are there, done. And let's go to WS Pencil backend and try to save some data. From here, can I do it? Localhost. Yeah, I can do it. Connect it. Connected. Send it. Send. And then the error. Yeah, I knew that I would have got the error. What is the problem? Error saving the error Prisma client. User was denied on the database. Wow. Ultimately, the thing is same. I changed just the name, and then I'm getting this error. If I change the name again, I should not get this error. So ultimately, yeah, it happens. Name is the problem. Doesn't matter what it says. If I just remove this database URL from here, and yeah, this thing is done. Not from here even. I will send the request here only, right? Yeah, I will. So this is gonna be database URL in this much, and apart from this database URL, let's check whether the name is the problem or not. So here we are inside this. Let's remove this pencil database URL that I made, and then inside this configure, let's remove this one too. And after that, don't really need to worry about anything. Let's go open it. CD DB pencil, yeah, pnpm prisma migrate def, because earlier data was getting saved, right now it's not getting saved, and it stopped being saved just after that when I change the things, like when I change the name. So that could be the problem. Let's see whether data is being saved right now. I'm getting the error here. What is the problem, man? DB, what is your problem? Okay, should be fine. The just not not found. इतनी बड़ी mistake. Seriously, that is just for no reason. WS pencil. Let's see. Let's send the request from the postman. Connected. Send the data. Sent. Got any error? Did not get the error. Saved the data. Yeah. Oh, name is the problem. Name is the problem. Doesn't matter what the AI says. Never mind. If name is the problem, we'll have to simply create a different database like HTTP server, as simple as that. Let's do it. Create a HTTP server for now. We'll be copying and pasting the things. So WS HTTP server, HTTP pencil, crazy stuff. Close everything. The thing is that naming, come on yaar, name is the problem, and as we have come this far, so let's get this thing done. What is the use of leaving it in between? It will not take lots of time. npm init code package.json. What all do I need to do? Just few things. First of all, type is going to be module. Second thing is that let's work on these ones. First of all, I need to work on building it. So build tscb and start it using node dist index.js, and then in development section npm run build and npm run start. Done. Once this thing is done, main index, this thing should be dist / index.js. Anything else or things are fine here? I need a dependency @ not like that. dev dependency, then @repo slash typescript config. I'm using pnpm, so workspace and this done. After that I need a dependency too, so that dependency is going to be like this. Dependency just that would be @repo slash db pencil, and again workspace and something like this. Things are done. Let's do one thing. pnpm install. Once they are gonna be done in the background, the next thing that we need to do is to create a ts config file. So ts config.json, we have to extend this thing to, so @repo slash extends @repo slash type script config slash base.json. Done. Next is this compiler options, this one, root dir, src, out dir, out dir, that's gonna be dist. We have to include some of the files, so ultimately I'll be including I will be including src. And when it comes to excluding, so exclude node modules, and I will be excluding dist. That's it. Done. This thing is also done. Let's create a src folder. Inside that index.ts file. This thing is done. Now I need to import some of the packages. pnpm add express and pnpm add in the dev dependency section @type slash express. Import express from express. Oh wow, why am I just making the same mistake? Okay, this thing is done. Then const app is equal to express. This thing is done. Const port is equal to 3003. Let's run it. What to do? There are so many apps running right now. Const let's do one thing. It will be running on 4001 port, because even the backend is running on 4000. Okay, app.get slash pencil data request respawn, something like this. Of course I'll have to make it async, so it will be async for now. This thing is done. app.listen, it will be listening on the port is specified. Server is running on port this, and once this thing is clear, what try catch block, return response.status, that's gonna be 500.json, that's just gonna be message error getting fetching the data. This thing is clear, and there's gonna be data that's gonna be error that we get, and we need to import that. Import .env config pnpm add.env. This thing is also done. Anything else? Not really needed. We need to get import from db pencil slash client. I will be getting Prisma from here, and once I got the Prisma, const data await prisma dot pencil dot find many, all the data I'll be getting, return response dot status 200 dot json message data fetched successfully. And I'll be just sending the data back. This much is done. I need the env file here. .env database URL is equal to postgres slash. Okay. Postgres password 3241 @ localhost 5430 slash db pencil. I hope I did it right. That was pencil db. Alright. Okay, this thing is done. Welcome back, got the data man, yay. Okay, great job. What is the next step? Close everything. So viewer here, Excalidraw, app, pencil, page. Whenever the page re-renders for the first time, in here we have this, setting the values, we are connecting to the WebSocket. Before even connecting to the WebSocket, before even the WebSocket is connected, yeah, const data await this thing will work. Data is equal to or
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow.
Alright everybody, that was it for now. Actually I have to leave for some work right now, so I can't really continue, but I'll be back very soon and then I'll continue from here on. Let's get this thing done.